if we can't get Ryan Seacrest, maybe we'll get Ryan Mendel. Probably a little less money, right? But just as much impact. So I'd like to start off preparing for changes at retail with a quote from Charles Darwin. So I think the issues become changes if you respond to them, if you have the chance to prepare and recognize and adapt, but they become threats if you respond slowly and have to be reactive instead of proactive. A lot like the Titanic, a change in the course due to weather and ice formations versus hitting one of the many icebergs you find yourself surrounded by and navigating through. So what are some of the changes we're looking at with retail? In particular, the C stores, self-checkout. Don't know if you know this, but more than 7,000 Circle K stores are currently being outfitted with computer vision-based self-checkout machines right now. 7,000 Circle K stores. Quick Trip has opened, not opening, has opened a store in Tulsa using Amazon's Just Checkout technology. No cashiers, no cash registers. Track is also testing self-check and cashierless stores. So what does it mean to you if your customers are not going to a register that sells lottery? That's kind of what it means to me. So what about changes or threats from the grocery stores? It's estimated by 2025 that 75% of all checkouts will be self-service. And I've been told by a major grocery store chain that by 2027, they will have closed all of their customer service desks. Again, a major grocery store. How are you going to handle that? Can you replace every closed checkout with a vending machine? And if you can, who's going to stock it? Because they don't have the personnel. We're seeing that already. Cashierless and or cash registerless stores are being tested or have been tested by Kroger, Amazon, Albertsons, Dollar General, Whole Foods. The list goes on and on. So are you prepared for the changes and what they're going to do to impact you in each of these areas? The threats can appear minor, if not fully understood, just like an iceberg, but mistaking a small threat for something larger can have those Titanic disasters. According to a BizRate Insights survey, 49% of the customers today use self-checkout on a regular basis. But when you look at the 18 to 34-year-old demo, that number becomes 59%. And if you ask them if they've ever used self-checkout, the number becomes 87%. So thinking about Simon's presentation earlier, and he talked about that 18 to 29-year-old demo. They said they were the most likely to play. They were actually the least likely to play. I think there's more than a correlation between the two. They want to play, we're just not where they want to be. By selling in lane and at self-check, we are reaching 100% of the customers. When consumers were asked about tools they picked up during the pandemic and that they would continue to use, self-checkout ranks above restaurant delivery and ahead of buy online, pick up in store. So where does that leave the lottery today? With potentially all the traditional channels changing or closing, we're not placing the vending machines or the terminals. The industry really needs to start thinking ahead about integrating into the retailer ecosystems and finding new lottery solutions that will not only engage their current players, but attract those new players. I've shared some of the statistics and talked about some of the timelines. Got a little better understanding of just how big those icebergs are. So what can you do next? How are you going to adapt? Well, Abacus has a solution that's not just a lifeboat, it's a way to help lotteries thrive in this changing environment. And you don't have to do all these things today, but you need to start. You need to take an action now, and this is our purpose, to bring the innovation to the industry and help it adapt to the changes in retail. Abacus is lottery platform agnostic. We integrate into the retailer's ecosystem. You get to control the data through our management portal and the retailers have the same access to that management portal. It is real-time sales data, statewide, by retailer chain, by store, by a cashier lane, or by a self-checkout. Real-time sales data. We supply the reporting and the analytics, and of course it is highly cost efficient. It all starts with retail in-lane and self-checkout sales. The NASPL API and the changes to Muscle Rule 2 allowed for the printing on plain receipt paper. The Abacus solution is a result of this industry effort. It enables you to sell through in-lane, self-checkout, mobile devices, through e-commerce, curbside pickup, and home delivery. It also allows you to sell all draw-based games. Traditional instant tickets, digital instant tickets, sports betting, and of course the validations and redemptions. The past 30 years have been really good to the states based on what the lotteries have done for their good causes. At times it's been a little challenging for the retailers, but we want to be part of the discussions that you have with the retailers. We want to talk to them about what we can do together in their self-checkout and their in-lane environments. Most major retailers will be into their conversions, very deep into their conversions, in the next 2 years. Where are you, and how prepared will you be? I wanted to close things with this picture. I don't know how well you can see it. It looks like a standard checkout at a convenience store. But what's different about this is that the cash registers are pointed towards the customer, not towards the clerk. This is a converted counter. There is no lottery at this counter. The impulse items are 5-hour energies and cough drops. Did you ever think there'd be a day that cough drops would be a bigger impulse item than lottery at our counters? Now, the customers may see the vending machine around the corner, but are they going to come back after they've paid and checked out with their product and go to the vending machine? And the fact that maybe somebody's in line ahead of them, or are they going to wait? Is the lottery keeping ahead of or even keeping up with the threats that exist today? We believe that Abacus can help. We partner with the lotteries, the central gaming systems, the retailers and their POS providers, and we put you in front of the players. Thank you.